What is up, guys? It's your boy, Mr. Tech Boy. If you've ever looked at Apple's website, their marketing, and basically any Apple event, they talk a lot about privacy. Privacy, if you don't know what privacy means, in tech specifically. So generally, a lot of companies like Google and Facebook and TikTok will harvest your data. What they use that data for and how they use it and if they abuse the data depends on the company. Google will take your data and they'll use it, and they will tell you great things that they do with your data, but they're also profiting off of your data. Google will, take your data for your name and blah 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 and a lot of information on your device, and they'll use it for something like Google Assistant. Google Assistant is very good compared to Siri, unfortunately, because of the fact that Google harvests so much data on you. They have a lot of data to work with so that they can make really good software. Apple is very different in that way. Apple does not harvest your data. Apple doesn't even see your data. A lot of these other companies say, oh, we're not going to sell your data. Apple doesn't even have your data. Your data isn't even in an Apple server. Apple can't abuse the data. Apple can't leak the data. It's not even there. All of the stuff is done on device. So when the device can't do as much, it's okay because, the device is doing it all on its own. So it's more difficult to have all of the processing done on device than on a server somewhere miles away. Now, this does mean that yes, you do sometimes lack features. Google Assistant is definitely ahead of Siri. But what I'm trying to say is Apple, for some reason that I'm going to explain, cares about your privacy. Facebook does not care about your privacy. Google will try and say, oh, well, we use your data, but we still care about your privacy. And maybe there's an occasional selling of data that's not to a trustable source. Facebook will kind of not really care about your privacy in any way. They pretty much sell the data and it gets breached and it gets leaked, but they never really fix anything. They never really fix any issues they have. They say they care about your privacy, but they don't really. Google has a better privacy stance than Facebook does, and Facebook, owns Instagram and WhatsApp. So if you use any of those apps, you're kind of having your data harvested. I personally use Instagram. Instagram is a good social media app, unfortunately, so it's kind of hard to delete it. If you are worried about your privacy, certain apps do have sign-in with Apple. Sign-in with Apple doesn't give them that data, or at least not as much as they would want to profit off of. But Facebook does have tons of times where there are huge data breaches. TikTok doesn't even have data breaches. All the data is just easily accessible for payment. All the data is accessible by China and lots of people who want to basically buy the data. So TikTok doesn't even have any type of privacy stance. They just really don't care. And the point of this video is not to talk about Google's stance or Facebook's stance or TikTok's stance. The point of this is talking about Apple's stance. If Apple didn't care about your privacy and making sure your data wasn't being harvested, then they wouldn't. But why is it that Apple cares about your data being safe, your data not being seen by them? In my opinion, and this is just my opinion on why I think Apple does this, I think Apple uses this as a marketing strategy, right? It makes a lot of sense. You can say, we're not harvesting your data, we're not using up all the data, we're not using the data to sell to anyone. We don't need to make any other money. The fees, all the stuff you have to pay is right there. A company like Google or Facebook is free, right? When you use a software like Google, Gmail, Instagram, Facebook, there's no price you have to pay. You view ads, but you are the product. Your data is being sold by Google to another company. You are basically giving Google and Facebook your data in exchange for the service of the app, and they're selling it. So you are the product. Apple isn't ashamed of the high prices because there's not really some hidden fee. You have to pay this much, but on top of that, we're also going to sell your data. They can be confident charging you high prices, and you can be confident paying those high prices because you know that there isn't some hidden fee in the background. There isn't something that they're hiding from you when you buy the device. There isn't something that they're not telling you. So in all honesty, Apple is the honest company. Apple is showing you the price at here's how much it's gonna cost. There isn't some hidden fee. Really, privacy data being sold is a hidden cost. It's a hidden fee. You're not paying for it with money, but you're paying for it with your data. I don't think Apple is a greedy company. They do a lot of things that aren't greedy. They donate, devices. They care about the environment. They could easily just not do any of that stuff and not waste their time and just be perfectly fine making money. But they care about it not only as a marketing stance, but also because I guess maybe they're just good people. I mean, maybe some good humans exist on this earth. I mean, who would believe good humans exist on this earth? But anyway, yeah. I definitely believe this is a marketing strategy. I believe that this is a strategy to make you feel more comfortable buying an iPhone because you know that your data isn't being harvested. But that's all for today's video. Kind of a weird video. I don't know if I'm even gonna upload this. I might just record this and it ends up in a library somewhere, never to be uploaded. But yeah, that's all for today's video. Bye.